So that works for me. And I was able to populate this. So I got some different um, applications that I actually do want to see in here that are really cool. And I'm just going through it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Techtronics channel. Today, the topic of discussion is we're going to be running Docker containers with Turnkey and Proxmox. I'm going to walk through the setup. It's going to be several different steps. It's not that really that complex, but it is complicated in a little way. This is what I've been doing on my channel, or well, this is what I'm doing now. So let's get it going. Let's get it going. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we are gonna log into Proxmox and download the Debian Turnkey core container template. So I'm already logged into my virtual environment, and you could go to templates, and you could say Turnkey core. And it's the template you could download here. I already have this. This is in Proxmox if you have Proxmox. If you don't have Proxmox, I recommend you get it. It's a great hypervisor. There's other hypervisors out there, but this is one that I particularly have a favor and stands towards. So I have the Debian key turn core image there, and that's all we need. Now we're going to create a container based upon the Debian Turnkey core container template. So we're going to walk through how to do that. I'm back on my node. I'm going to click create container. Let's see here. I'm going to do this. It's going to be, I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but let's call it, we'll call it Mars, because I'm just naming out different planets and things like that. Then I'm going to put in a password. So while I'm putting in a password, you can't look. And that's to get us into the root of things, if you will. Okay, uncheck unprivileged container, because you don't need that. We'll go ahead and click next. Local, the template that I have is the one that I downloaded, so that'll be our template. Now I'm going to store this on one of my disks. I'm going to put it on disk 2. I'm going to up the gigabytes a little bit. I'll give it like 200, maybe 250 gigabytes disk size. I like to give it like maybe like 4 cores. I'm gonna go 2048, 2 gigabytes of memory, and 1024 on the swap memory. And this is just to make sure things run smoothly. And then I'm gonna let this pretty much handle itself, its network. It's gonna be on that device. It's gonna get its own MAC address. It's on a bridge. It's gonna be firewalled. I'm going to not use static, but I'm going to choose DHCP and just let my network handle the rest of that. And as far as DNS is concerned, I'm going to use the host settings. And do not have this checked as far as start after create is concerned, because we don't want to start this after created, because there's a couple of things that we have to tweak with it before we finish. So with that in mind, I am going to click finish. We're going to watch it create this volume and do all the steps that needs to happen in order for it to create this container. And we just want it to get us where the task is okay. So we're going to see what we have here. All right, the task is okay, as you can see. And we have our container. Now, I want to go into options. And I want to use the features. I want to use nesting. Click OK. That's pretty much it for that. So how we do this is I'm going to start it. Go to the console. Okay, and this is just doing the initial setup. These things boot really quick when like you have them all set up and everything. So let it take its good old time. If needs be, I will pause this and we'll wait it out. Okay, it's finishing up the installation and all that good stuff. Alright, so we are going to log into this server root. Alright, now this screen, what you want to do is I want to say skip, install. Got to finish installing the package, you know what I mean? All right, then you go to the advanced menu, and there's all kinds of special settings if you need to set up special settings. Maybe that's something if I actually need, maybe I'll cover it another time. But I'm gonna quit the configuration console. I'm gonna reboot. And as a matter of fact, that's one of the ways you can reboot, but I think we will run into less trouble if I was to actually reboot that machine. That should be no problem. Okay. Reload. All right. Root. Password. Okay. So since we have a template, on this container, we are going to prepare to install Docker on this container. How do we do that? Let's see if we can first. I have some commands available for that I'm going to prepare. Let's see if I could get my window up here so you can see the commands that I enter. All right, so we want to do the apt-get update. All right, next thing I want to do, I want to apt-get install Docker container IO. All right, so let me fix my I don't need all of this. All right, now we're going to install the latest versions of Docker. I just had to change the command a little bit, take off all the complicated stuff. It seems that we have gotten it set up. So the next thing I want to do is I want to see that Docker is running. So you would put in a command, say Docker run hello world, -docker not found. Okay, so all right. Okay, so I'm missing something here. All right, bear with me a second. All right, let's try this. Apt-get Docker install IO. Yes. So we let it do its thing. All right, then we want to do the Docker run hello world. See if we could get this going. All right, so it's all right. So it appears that Docker is running successfully. All right, so we have installed Docker on the container. The next step is we're going to install Portainer. But before I install Portainer, the next thing that I want to do is I want to just reboot the whole thing to have less trouble. I'm going to reboot the whole container. And these boot really quick, which is really neat. When I hit the reload, it'll be just that quick. All right, now we installed Docker. I'm going to go back. We're installing Portainer. I have some commands for that. So let's get that going. We're going to go Docker volume, create Portainer data. Portainer data has been created. Then I'm going to say Docker run. And it's going to call out the ports. Restart always. da 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 da. So it's going to be a hefty command. Hopefully we can get this running on the first shot. All right, my fingers are crossed. No static. All right, beautiful. So the command I want to run next is docker ps-a. And the other command I want to run is ifconfig, because I need to know what the, all right, so I need to know what it is. So the next thing I want to do is get into Portainer so that we can install the templates. And we are on the home stretch of this video, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get to it. And we see that we have to set up Portainer. So you choose a password. What the heck, we'll allow a user. Save the password. Docker connect. Our Docker is working properly. And then I want to go to settings. I want to use hold on. Unfortunately, this is Portainer 2. So go to containers. So far I have 2. Tags, app templates. I'm not really happy with the app templates that they have. But there are a couple of useful things that you can use here. Like you could use WordPress. Let's see if I can get that on the screen here. Use applications like WordPress and things like that, but I'm not really interested in these. Updated. Unable to retrieve templates. So a really easy thing that I did was I went over to GitHub and found Portainer version 2 templates for self home labs. So that works for me. And I was able to populate this. So I got some different applications that I actually do want to see in here that are really cool. And I'm just going through it. We could try Guacamole. That's a cool app. But I got my templates that I want. There are a lot of templates here. Everything from popular torrent clients, organizers, and just like and are not that hard to manage. So let's say that we want to install AdGuard. But I'm not going to deploy that container. I'm just going to go back to add templates. Custom templates. Ooh. That's the way you could do it too. But there's so many different options that you have with this. Maybe come back in another video and I could walk you through installing one of these fine apps.